On 98.5 in Stephenville and 94.7 in St. John's and Mount Pearl, you're listening to today's best music, Newfoundland's OZFM. My name is Robert Sean, and I'm very excited right now because joining me in studio, we have Josh, Matt, Mike, and Ian, collectively known as Marianas Trench. Guys, how are you doing?
Good. That was awesome how you just turned on your radio guy voice. Like, in between, he was like, hey, guys, how's it going on? All right, now, welcome back to... You know what I mean? That was cool. I liked it.
You know, I get a lot of people saying that I have a radio voice, and they kind of request it on demand, but it's not something I do consciously.
Yeah, but doesn't that suck, though? Because when you're one of those guys who does that, then, you're at a party or something, and someone's like, okay, do radio guy voice, or like, be funny, or people are always to me, are like, be funny, or like, sing us a song,
Yeah, what I mean? It's like, no, say that, but do it like you would do on the radio. I get that all the time.
Yeah.
And I can't bring it up on command. I don't know what it is.
Do you dirty talk in radio guy voice?
Ooh. I haven't done it. But I haven't done it yet. I'll give you that.
Okay.
But I'll put that on the bucket list.
Please do.
Just for Josh Ramsey.
We're emptying buckets tonight on George Street, just,
That actually brings me to my first question. You guys got in, 12 o'clock last night?
Yes.
And I noticed a tweet you guys posted saying, you're warning George Street, basically, that you had arrived in St. John's. Without going into too much detail, because this is, a family station, how did George Street treat you last night?
I went to bed at 6:30 this morning. That's how it treated me.
So it was a good time?
It was good. I had a very good time last night.
That's good. Is this your first time in Newfoundland?
Second
time in Newfoundland.
We were screeched in last time.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to do that again.
Thank God.
That's always a plus. The good thing about getting screeched in is you only have to do it once.
Dude, I defy anyone to say that the alcoholic version is worse than the non-alcoholic version, because I don't drink. So I had to do like the non-alcoholic screeching in, which was way, way worse. It was like Tabasco and vinegar and pepper. And I had to do like 4 of those things because I could never remember how to say that, like, how about a bye, long drip draw, or whatever it is. I just remember it ended with long drip draw, which I still don't know what it means. Yeah, it was rough.
Let's talk about your last album, Ever After.
Okay.
It's a very detailed, epic fairy tale, this whole album. Whose idea was this, first of all, and where did the inspiration come from?
It was Ramsey's idea.
It was mostly me. Well, I just kind of thought, I thought it would be cool. I just wanted to have more. The original idea just came from, I wanted to have more of like an all-encompassing theme. Like the record before it, like we kind of had like a bit of like almost like a night at the theater kind of vibe with it, but I wanted this one to feel more like we had a theme where like the artwork would fit both on the album and in the videos and then in like a set for the live show, and we could make the whole thing sort of an all-in-one encompassing thing. So the first thing I was thinking about after that was just what could that be? You know what I mean? Like what sort of world would that be? And then the toys thing started happening, and then I wrote a little fairy tale to go with it. Oh, that was your chance, guys. Hit the button.
That was easy.
There it is. Matt, is that you using that?
Yes, it is.
You're doing really good, buddy.
Thanks, man.
In terms about the whole big encompassing idea that you wanted for this album, it's a very interesting way you recorded it too, because there's no pauses in between songs. As soon as one's over, it goes right into the next one. It's almost like it's one big track kind of thing.
That was the idea.
You should have seen when we recorded it. It was just all in one big long session.
just one take, just 54 minutes, just start to finish.
Yeah, so the album is our first take.
We got lucky.
We recorded the whole album in 54 minutes. It was just, that's how they did it back in the day. It was just
we had a deadline.
We had a deadline, man. So we
had 54 minutes until we had to put a record out.
Like, dudes, we need this album in an hour. Done.
The whole thing, it almost kind of plays out like, there's the fairy tale, but also plays out like a movie. Have you ever thought about maybe doing your own, your version of Tommy or something, just your own very epic rock opera? Is there a chance we could see this album transition from audio to visual?
We have been talking about that, but it's very expensive. So we'll see. But we have been talking about that, and the guy Kyle Davidson, who's directed all the videos on this record, is very interested in doing that as well. So that's something we've talked about, but I would say no immediate plans, but it would be cool.
All right, I got one last question, and I guess this is just directed toward Josh specifically. A lot of people may not know this, but you were actually one of the contributing writers on arguably the biggest song of the summer so far, Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe.
Yeah, and I produced it, too.
Oh, you produced it? I did not know that. That's cool.
Yep.
So what was your involvement in terms of the writing process?
Well, Carly, kind of like 50-50 between me and Carly, really. Well, and Tavish, her guitar player, wrote some as well, but she kind of came in with a song, and then her and I sort of that her and Tavish had written, and then her and I sort of morphed it into a next generation of it, and then Justin Bieber tweeted about it, and the whole thing went crazy. I don't know, it was weird.
So are you surprised by the amount of success this has had and how quickly it's taken off? Like, when you were writing it, did you think, like, this is going to be a huge thing, or was just another job?
I mean, I thought Carly is a very good friend of ours, and we've toured with her a lot, and we're all very proud of her. And, you know, I thought it was a good song. I just kind of wanted to... I was really telling her, like, yeah, I really think you should do a dance song. You know, you got to have, like, one up-tempo song, because all of her songs before that had been, like, very sort of medium-tempo based. And then, you know, she came in with that idea for that song, and I was like, you know, let's speed it up a little bit, and, you know, it would be cool, and is if maybe instead of putting it all on keyboards and stuff like, you know, Katy Perry or Lady Gaga would do, her first record had been all acoustic based, so I was like, you know, it might be cool if instead of using a bunch of synths and stuff, we use a bunch of orchestral, like, strings, kind of like, you know, like Annie Lennox walking on broken glass, like that kind of vibe, like that, but for, like, today's generation or something like that. We just kind of messed around with it, and then it, you know, it turned out pretty cool, I guess, and people liked it. But I mean, it's been a year, like, you know, it's been a while since that song first started. It's not like it was quick. But I'm very stoked that it all happened the way that it did, and it's been life-changing for the three of us that were involved in it, and it's been great for Carly's career, and it's been great for our career too in the States, because, you know, people look up who worked on it and stuff, and that's really helped us too. So I mean, it can't really hurt anybody. It's been awesome. It's crazy.
Guys, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to stop by and talk with us today. I hope Newfoundland treats you well, and I hope you rock the house tonight.
Can you give us before we go? Can you give us a couple of code words that we can say tonight during the show or on George Street after, where we can blend in and people will assume that we're locals? Like, I would like to speak it with, like, a pretty good accent, you know what I mean? I'd like to be able to walk in and like have that special phrase that I can say that lets people know I'm down.
That's like, you want the moment you walk into the bar, what's the thing you say where the first 20 people hear you and they're like, oh, it's our local, it's Nord. Like, cheers, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you're putting me on the spot here now, but I think if you want to blend in,
yes,
when you're greeting somebody, what are you at?
Say that again.
What are you at?
What are you at?
What are you at?
What are you at by?
What are you at by?
Bye.
Yeah, there you go.
What are you at by? What are you at by?
And they will immediately love you.
I love that.
Now, do I sound like a local? Like, am I doing the accent wrong? Like, what are you at by?
That's pretty good.
Is that not bad?
That's pretty good. Now, I mean, I don't have an accent myself, so I'm not really the best judge.
Yeah, that's true.
But
you do live here.
I do live here, and you would fool me.
What are you at by?
Hold on a second. What are you at by? Hey, wait a second. Where did Marianas Trench go, and who are all these locals in here?
Yeah. It's a local band show. What are you at by?
Guys, thank you so much for dropping by. Marianas Trench performing tonight at Mile 1 Center with the New Cities. Tickets are still available. However, they are few and far between. Go out and get them before it's too late.
Thank you.